Hello everyone, how are you doing? I know that some of us are very excited for spring. The tulips, the daffodils are coming up and they are going to bloom beautifully in just a few weeks. And I know that some of us, including myself, are not ready for spring yet. Maybe never, because we know that there are so many things to do and we are going to get busier and busier every day. This morning, because we get more sunlight, we get sunlight earlier every day. The sun woke me up. I could not go back to bed because there are so many things in my mind, and one of the things is to prune the roses. Majority of roses, including David Austin English roses, you want to prune them in late winter to early spring. My rule of thumb is whenever I see the daffodils are coming up, that is the time to prune my roses. And also whenever I see this little cute side shoots, the leaves, are developing on my roses shoots, stems, that's when I should prune them. If you prune them later, don't prune them this hard. And I like to prune them very, very hard if I prune them in late winter or early spring. I will only leave about 1 foot above the ground. And you want to make sure that your loppers, pruners, clippers, or whatever that you use to prune your roses are sharp. And sharp means when you cut it, just one time, it's cut. And the first step, I am going to just cut it. I'm not gonna overthink about it. And some of you guys are probably saying, Crane, you are so brutal. You're so mean to your babies. Yes, I am, because I love them. Because I want them to be successful. I want them to be strong. I want them to produce beautiful bloom, and we can enjoy them and they can enjoy themselves too. You can see that's where I cut them last year, right here. See, it's pretty low, not even 1 foot from the ground to the top. And you can see here they send out about 1 to 3 feet of new stem and they bloom beautifully. If you concerned, if you are afraid to do this, maybe try one of your roses first and then do the comparison and see how it goes. I learned this from Georgie from Common Farm Flowers. She is the best in so many ways. She's an expert. She's excellent at growing cut flowers, including these roses. And I tried this the first time last year. I was so nervous, anxious to prune them this hard, but I put trust in her and I believe in her, and no question why I should not follow her. I did it, and last year I had the most beautiful roses for my entire life in this garden. I also dumped a lot of compost and organic flower roses fertilizer in this bed too, and it is really the best year of my roses last year. If possible, try to sanitize the pruners or loppers, in between each bush with this cleaning product, whatever that have bacteria and virus killer, like bleach, like this, I just use cleaner. And this because we don't want to spread the disease between each plant. You can also create like a bucket of, cleaning product, like a little cup of this cleaning product, and then dip the whole loppers, inside the bucket or the cup. But I am not doing that because I only have 8 roses bushes here. It's not worth going through all that. I just spread it and then, wait a little bit for them to kill the bacteria, then just cut it. And also to prevent disease, you may not prune your roses on a rainy day or like very humid day, because I don't know that's true or not, but I heard about it. And why would I come out here in the rain and cut my roses anyway? So today it's just it's just good. Ah, ah, what the hell, abort? Why? Come on, go away. This reminds me of my mom. When she cut my hair, she cut out a lot of hair first, and then she worked on the detail later. And I am doing the same thing with these roses. Gonna cut it and then I'll worry about the detail later. Oh, come on. Wow. Jason have this lopper for about 255 years, and it's so sad that they don't make this kind of loppers anymore. It's kind of old-fashioned. The quality is so good. I have been using it for like forever. Now I'm gonna thin off this skinny stem because I want my rose to produce strong, straight stem, so I can cut them and use for my bouquet. If I leave this skinny stem in, they will create like a stem of tiny, tweaky, weak stem of roses, and that's no good for a bouquet. Cut it off. Something like this, no good. Cut it. This one rubbing each other. This two. So I'm gonna take it off. One of them. This one. Now you wanna cut that stem like this out too. Bye bye. I like the center of my rose bush to be open like this, because we wanna make sure that the airflow get into the middle of the bush. So don't be afraid to cut off any addition or like the dead stem like this. Here's what we want. Open. I can even cut this out. One more dead stem here. Cut it out. Some of you guys ask me, Crane, what are your favorite pruners? I have not said anything or recommended anything because I was not sure that I should recommend this pruner yet, but I have been using them since last summer, and so far so good. They are pretty sharp. Almost a year later, they still cut my thick stem of roses pretty easily. And I like the red handle because I lose my pruner in my garden all the time. I know a lot of us would like to use like wooden natural looking pruner, but natural looking pruners, they go naturally with your garden and then they disappear and you cannot find them. If I drop this in my garden, I can see it like from a mile away, and that's why I like the red prune. I like the red handle, although they kind of hurt my eyes a little bit. The brand is Horse House or Horse and Garden. I think it's German term. If you are interested, I'll put the link in the description. To take care of roses is not that difficult as you think. You just need to understand them, and to understand them is not difficult too, because they are just like human. They just demanding like human, okay? Anyway, there are only 4 things that you have to keep in mind. First, food, water, sunlight, and fresh air. See, just like human. This guy here, he's not happy because I don't give what he needs. I plant them underneath this tree, which block the sunlight and also compete for the nutrient. I also planted very close to this mahonia, which is also compete for nutrient. And also this spot is like a little dent, a little cove here that doesn't get enough fresh air. And I did not fertilize or add compost for him last year. So I need to do something to make him happy. You can see here, full sun. Because I put a lot of compost when I first planted this rose bush 2 years ago. And you can see here, he has very strong root system. Unfortunately, he didn't bloom beautifully last year. I'm gonna add some recycled potting mix, my homemade compost, mushroom compost, and a little bit of cat poop. Organic rose fertilizer, just a little bit. Mix it in a little bit before we add another layer. Now just repeat the process. Usually it would be so much better if you mix everything together before you add to the pot. But I am hungry and I want to get this done before I get cranky, okay? I'm gonna try not to touch the cat poop. And I am topping everything with the compost because roses need a lot of nutrients. Lift it up a little bit. Little bit more fertilizer. More compost. Actually, I'm gonna move it before I water because the pot will be too heavy. This pot will receive a lot of sunlight, and I also have the drip line irrigation here that will automatically water this rose. Now give it a very deep water. And the soil will sink. I should have water before I top dressing with the compost. Now it's like very difficult to water. Oh. Shoot. Go down. Go down. How about we prune it first? Then we worry about watering later. This label has to bye-bye. Bye-bye. Ah! Because this is miniature rose, so I'm gonna kinda trim it like a shrub too, like a little boxwood too, you know? And when we give our roses what it needs, you really don't have to worry about the disease, about everything else, because your roses will be very strong to fight anything and to bloom beautifully for you. The only one thing though that you might have to do is to deadhead your roses to make sure that they keep blooming throughout the season. Yeah, I receive a lot of questions from you guys, what kind of organic fertilizer that I use. I use Epsoma organic fertilizer. For my cut flowers, I use the flower tone. For roses, I use the rose tone, And I use it a lot. I use this probably like every 2 years. I buy this bag and then fertilize all my roses. And it's working so far. I don't treat them with anything else beside this. And I think what people overlook the most is the compost. Roses need a lot of compost. It's more important than fertilizer, than water, than sunlight. fertilizer, you fertilize them about like once a year. For water, you water them deeply once a week in summertime if you in a, like climate like me that's not too dry and not too wet. And the sunlight, they need about 6 hours plus per average, which is a lot, but not as much as the other kind of flowers that need like cosmos really need a lot of sunlight, but roses need less sun than cosmos. So it's really the compost that you should not overlook. I think. But if you have different opinion, please let me know in the comment, okay? Oh, one more thing about watering. If you plant your roses in a pot like this, they're probably going to need more water than once a week because the pot does not retain water as good as the soil in your garden. Here the drip line that I will run in summertime. This smells so bad. I'm not sure if it's the fertilizer or it's the cat poop. Come on, go down. I am not sure about your area, but in my area, I think the best time to buy new roses is in fall, because the garden centers are going to try to get rid of their inventories. This rose that I got 2 years ago, it was on sale. It's just like $10 out of $50, and I had no choice. I had to buy it, and then I brought it home, and then I had no idea where to plant this rose because I ran out of room. So I tuck it in that spot, which is such a bad spot for roses. Anyway, if you are looking to buy new roses, if you can wait a little bit, until next fall, you get a so much better price. And also, if you buy specialty English David Austin roses, the new varieties and the like high demand varieties will be more available in fall too. If you order now, you might not get the variety that you want. Okay, so I hope I cover everything about roses in this video. If not, actually one more thing, I can't believe I forget to talk about this, how to prune coming roses. And the rose is just like here. I can't believe I forget to mention. Pruning coming roses can be a little tricky because you want to make sure that you have the main canes, which will be the structure of your coming roses. And you want to prune them to leave these main canes. And you want to tie it to your trellis, your arbor, your wall, whatever you're training it on. You can see I have big canes there. Then I cut off all the side branches. Not all, but a lot of side branches, and then train the big canes. And on the top, I have the lateral canes that will produce side branches, and the side branches will produce flowers. If you don't have main cane yet, you want to train, one of your branch to be the main cane, like this one. It's going to be the main cane in the future. And these two guys, eventually I am going to train them to the top and become another main cane. And try to train your main cane to run horizontally because it will produce the side branches that will run vertically. Crack, what the heck? What the heck, Crack? Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Chip, 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 chip. Meow, 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 meow. You're not supposed to eat fiend food. Come on. Oh, come on. No, not my roses. Come on.
That's I want.
Oh.